on the grab. That'll move the sticks out to the 49.
He talked to offensive coordinator Nick Sheridan. He's really excited about how Cole Adams is going to be factored in. Much like so many of the great players that have had in the slot in the past. Really versatile, excellent in being able to create separation. And that time he does on an over route for a nice game.
Here's Young able to break a tackle in the hole. And able to slip an ankle tackle attempt at the 45. Gets 9 down to the 42-yard line. Obviously, the second team offense out there, but we're still trying to figure out which 5 are going to be on that offensive line to start.
Yeah, but just a really powerful run here by Rich Young, as you said. See how powerful he is. Running into Red Morgan there, the freshman. He's already kind of factoring into the starting role at the Husky position. Runs right over him, introduces himself.
Simpson going to hand it off again. Okay, good job in the backfield against true freshman Daniel Hill. Daniel Brown, another young, talented player on the back end, a freshman from Santa Ana, California. Coaches said he's been as exciting as anybody on defense for Alabama here in the spring.
And that's an area that Kalen DeBoer is trying to figure out. And defense coordinator Kane Womack has obviously had great pass rushers over the years. Who's going to be the next two up? And I feel like they have a lot of depth in that position.
First down on the 40. Play fake. Simpson with pressure. He steps up, gets out of there, launches it downfield, and he was intercepted, but inbounds are not waiting for the call. Nope, incomplete. Ray Hubbard was there on defense to pick it off, but could not get a foot down. Simpson showing some athletic ability there.
Really nice escapability, and I think that's what the coaches were most surprised by. They knew he was a natural thrower, but watching him move in the pocket, watching him keep his eyes downfield, Nick Sheridan told us that's been an area that we just didn't anticipate. Already working against the number one defense with the backup offensive line. He's going to have to move in the pocket some. That time just a little late. You find that open receiver, it's a big play.
It's interesting you saw the bio there for Sheridan. A ton of coaches on this staff. As Simpson is down to the 36. All either were at Washington or at Indiana at some point. DeBoer, just 5 years ago, was the offensive coordinator in Indiana. Sheridan was there at that time. So DeBoer hiring a lot of guys he's familiar with. But he took the job.
He said that was a big part of the hiring process is, does he trust these guys to take over a program like this? It hadn't worked before. He felt very confident in all the guys he brought in.
Simpson's pass high and incomplete. But the structure that was here under Nick Saban remains in terms of the resources, strength and conditioning, the training staff, as good as any in the country. And so you have that surrounded with coaches you're familiar with. And obviously, we spent time with Kalen DeBoer, whether it was in Washington or here, and he's so easy to get along with, so amiable with his coaching staff and members of the front office staff that it seems like he can get along with just about anybody.
He's a great person and a guy that everyone in Tuscaloosa has really enjoyed getting to know, and I look forward fans to kind of get to know him a little more as the summer progresses.
So fourth down. Simpson from the pocket, unloads in traffic, and it's caught for a first down at the 26-yard line. Daniel Lewis, one of 4 tight ends. This coaching staff really high on, makes the catch.
That was a great throw there by Ty Simpson, too. Big body Lewis, very tight end. Little curl route, fourth down, got to have it situation. Got plenty of yards beyond the sticks. Ty Simpson threw a dart. And tight coverage for the conversion.
Rolling it back, Simpson, and then dumping it off. Nice catch by Hill out of the backfield. Big athletic, true freshman. He's 230 pounds. He's from Mississippi. He picks up about 8.
Another nice play by Ty Simpson here. Look, not great protection. He's got to get rid of it quick. Does it? Adjusts his arm angle, goes around the defender, and already see with Ty Simpson just playing faster this year than he did at any point last year in the spring or in
Here's Hill again, this time with the carry. Push back at the line of the game. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be third down. DeBoer, 49 years old. He's a native of South Dakota. He played at Sioux Falls. He was a 4-year player there. Then a head coach at Sioux Falls before bouncing around to different jobs as an offensive coordinator, whether at Eastern Michigan or Indiana. Then he got the head job at Fresno State. After 2 years there, took the Washington job as Young gets the first down, moving the chains inside the 15.
He's really the perfect coach for the modern day because he's one of those guys, personality standpoint, he's strict to an extent, naturally, maybe not to the level of Nick Saban, but he meets the players where they're at. He helps guys kind of make sure they're all on the same page, makes guys feel great about themselves, and I think his ability to reach the players has led to their teams overachieving both at Fresno and Washington, and route to almost winning a national championship last year.
Simpson going to hand it off here to jet sweep inside the 10 to Adams and pushed out of bounds around the 7-yard line. A lot of people, Greg, ask the question as you watch the replay here about Kalen DeBoer's adjustment to the SEC, given the resume you just showed him. There was no SEC school on there, nothing in the Southeast, and now he's taking over a program that's had more success than anybody, not just in the Southeast, but in the country in the last 17 years.
Yeah, I think ball is ball, whether it's played on the moon or played here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Ball is ball, and he knows how to get the most out of his guys.
There's a pitch to Young. And Young power through an arm tag, went in the end zone for a touchdown. Nice run. Freshman Richard Young attacking the defense that time. Not afraid of contact downhill.
I'll tell you what, in Richard Young, it's obvious who the 1 and 2s are at running back with what we've already seen from Jam Miller, Justin Tate. But Richard Young's going to carve out a nice role for himself in this offense. He continues to run with great power and leverage. And then attack with the drives.
Upton Bellenfant will be the place kicker here for this extra point. Well, on that drive, Simpson was 3 of 6 passing for 37 yards. Richard Young had 23 yards on the ground and a touchdown. So the offense up 14-0. And when we come back, you're going to hear from Nick Saban. He will join Molly McGrath for Tuscaloosa.
Your Garage on Cars.com lets you track your car's value over time, so you'll be in the driver's seat for whatever's next. Cars.com, where to next?
Whoa, hold up. Someone just got BOGO free Blizzard treats, only in the DQ app. That someone could be you, but only for a limited time. BOGO free any size Blizzard treats. Get it now in the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good.
It's an ABC Hockey Saturday showdown in Steel City. Pasta in the Bruins face Crosby and the Penguins. ABC Hockey Saturday on ABC and ESPN+.
With every breath, modern living is breaking down your barriers. Arma Colostrum, nature's solution, builds them back cell by cell, igniting your health revival.
It's the biggest sale of the season at LL Flooring. Save up to 50% on over 300 floors at the Dream Floor event. Get your dream deal with 24-month special financing before April 16th. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Stop overpaying for sunglasses. Meet Shady Rays. Shady Rays feature high-quality frames and polarized optics for less than half the cost of the big-name brands, with lost and broken protection. Plus, we offer free shipping and free returns, so that you can try them out with no strings attached. Shady Rays have over 250,000 five-star reviews. You'll love them too, or we'll pay to ship them back. Go to ShadyRays.com now to stop stressing and start living. New customers get 20% off their first order at ShadyRays.com.
Here with former Alabama head coach and legend, Coach Saban. Thank you so much for taking the time, Coach. How strange is it for you to be out here without your whistle on?
You know what? It was good to come back today. I got to talk to the team and congratulate them on last year's SEC championship. And, you know, we honored Jim Wilson today, who was a board of trustee who did a great job at the university. And, you know, we put our captain's hand and footprint in the dirt So all those things are great traditions, and it's good to be back and be a part of it.
Are you going to be able to watch and enjoy as a fan? Are you going to be writing down some coaches' notes while you're up in the box watching? What are you going to be doing?
My biggest concern is being with my head coach, Miss Terry. I've never ever had to watch a game with her. So I'm a little concerned.
Last question, Coach. Why is this team in the right hands with Kalen DeBoer for the future?
Yeah, well, Kalen's a great coach, and I know there's been some disruptions based on, me leaving, him coming, but he's going to do a great job. The players are in good hands, and I think they'll do a great job of recruiting, and probably need to get some guys out of the portal like everybody else at this time of year, but I'm excited for the future.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Enjoy the game with Miss Terry.
Thank you.
Okay, first, one time was your coach. Now he's a colleague. College game day. I think he's going to handle this new chapter in his life.
I'm excited for him. I mean, it's hard to quit football cold turkey, so to know that he's going to have that outlet and still be very involved in the game is tremendous, and we're better at ESPN to have him as a teammate, that's for sure.
Bill Rowe on play action, lobbing it, and maybe a little push off. Inside the 20 is Bernard, and Bernard inside the 5, and finally dragged down to the 2-yard line by Damani Jackson as they're going ones versus ones. First team offense getting the better of the first team defense so far. That was a 51-yard gain.
And that was a great play. Good throw by Jalen Milroe. Rolled to his left, eyes back to the right. Noticed he had a step with Bernard. Loaded it right over the top of Bernard. So good after the catch. Actually, last year at Washington, actually handed it off to him from time to time. Very versatile player that's playing exclusively wide receiver now. And the run after catch doesn't leave you. Just an excellent football player. It's going to have a huge role here at Tuscaloosa.
So first and goal from the 2. Milroe 2-2 passing so far. Going to hand it off here. Justice Haynes at the 1 and Spill. Marcus Latham is there for Alabama along with LT Overton. Keon Sabb, who is a transfer from Michigan. Very gifted safety. And they're also
Big Robbie Hughes coming in now. 270-pound tight end, lined up in the H-back spot. There's a handful in the run game, so I anticipate a run right behind him.
Look at you calling plays in the spring game. You have a future in this business. Touchdown to Cam Miller. Touchdown catch in the SEC title game. Punches it in here.
Just a little bit of a split zone right here as Robbie Hughes crosses from that H-back position, tries to get a piece of someone off the interior with the right side of the offensive line, just blowing over the interior of that defensive line. While you're excited to see your offense score, and everybody is, you also have to acknowledge that the interior of that defensive line has struggled so far with the experience of Tyler Booker and that offensive line up front.
Connor Talty for the extra point. Week 3 UFL games continue today. At 7 on Fox, it's the Showboats and the Stallions. Tomorrow, the Panthers and Roughnecks kick off at noon Eastern on ABC. And it's the Brahmas and the Battlehawks at 3. ABC games can also be seen on ESPN+. Greg, you mentioned that defensive line. And obviously the defense, like the offense, has a lot of turnover because the coaching change gives some guys in the portal. But the biggest reason why people leave Alabama is for the NFL. You're losing some key guys in the back end, but also up front.
There were, a handful of guys, but they're really pleased with the returnees that they have, most notably at the linebacker spot. They are thrilled with what they've seen from Deontay Lawson and Jahad Campbell, but they are still trying to find a little more consistency on the interior defensive line. That will help with the return of Jaheim Otis, who's not available today.
Dylan Lonergan in at quarterback, completes it out to 30. CJ Dupree, tight end, gain of 5. Let's go ahead and check in with Molly down the field.
Well, Dave, you guys have talked about the coaching change and culture change here. Well, offensive lineman Tyler Booker summed it up perfectly. He said, Coach Saban expected greatness out of you, whereas Coach DeBoer appreciates the greatness in you. And you can tell the players truly love Coach DeBoer. Those who stayed feel closer than ever because they chose to stay, chose to see this program through major changes. And Booker stressed that despite those changes, the expectations were made the same. The standard is the same. They're expecting nothing but a national championship here at Alabama. These players are determined to prove that this new era will be just as promising as the last, guys.
This new era certainly is more laid back. That's not necessarily a bad criticism of the previous, obviously, when you win that many championships, but it is a really different vibe just being in the offices yesterday.
Very much so, and very different. Everyone still does the same role, but as far as walking on eggshells, there's a lot less of that for sure. And guys are empowered and trusted, and the guys have played very freely as a result. So very different approach from Caleb Moore and Nick Saban. It's perfectly fine. One thing I was amazed by, though, is how much Caleb DeBoer has been willing to adopt some of the things that Coach Saban used with great success. And so many coaches come in and say, no, we're going to do things my way, and I don't care about what was here, who cares, whatever. This is how I do it, you're going to do it how I want it. And he just hasn't done that. He's adopted the things that he believes in while implementing some of his own, and it's been a really nice marriage so far.
Lonergan off play action, just throwing it away with pressure in his face that time from Brett Morgan. It's a good point, Greg, because you've seen it, whether it's in college football or any sport. You have a guy that replaces a legend, wants to do things his own way, and basically shuts out anybody that had a connection to the previous regime. Well, Kalen DeBoer has embraced Nick Saban's willingness to still be part of the program. At first, we're talking 3 times a day, and Kalen would just bounce things off Coach Saban, and all the coaches, not just Kalen, told us yesterday in our meetings that Nick Saban continues to be receptive to any way he can help better the next stage of this program.
And I think that's so valuable, too. I mean, you have the greatest that has ever done it, ever, at the college level. And you have him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, except for the 4 hours a day he's on the golf course. So 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, to be able to reach out, because he said, made it very, very important. And it actually rings home to me as an alumnus. This is sure, yeah, it's my program. Yeah, it's mine, I guess, but it's really our program collectively. Coach Saban, you, Greg, everyone that's been here that's helped build this thing. This is everyone's program. I want everyone to have a part of it. So I think that's really, really important and valuable, and I think refreshing, frankly, because I don't think there's a lot of coaches that would drop their ego at the door and say, yeah, the way Coach Saban did is really good too, so I'm going to do a lot of the things he did to maintain the success that this place has had for so many years.
We're well aware that you played here, by the way.
There might be some people out there.
No,
it's unfortunate.
Based on the reception you got when you walked into the stadium, but
well, it's funny now because I see kids that are like 15. They're like, when did you play? I'm like, before you were born, buddy. It was a long time ago, that's for sure.
They just thought you were Mac Jones. A 3rd down and 8. Dylan Lonergan, redshirt freshman, played just 1 game last year. Through 2 passes, see the arm talent there. That was a bullet to Cole Adams. Wrapped up though just short of the 1st down, so 4th of a yard.
It's like she ended up a little nod to the offense. One guy down here says 1st and 10. The guy up top said 4th and 1. With being offensive head coach, I'm thinking 1st and 10. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, that's what it is. A chain game move. As soon as Kalen said, let's go, fresh set it down. Daniel Hill on the carry. It doesn't get much, maybe a yard.
Coach Saban, it's 4th and 4.
With the lowest analytic percentage of going for it in the country.
It really is. It's amazing just how different it is, but the expectations, like you said, remain the same. And seeing a lot of formations, seeing a lot of different coverages defensively. I mean, this is a little more than you usually see in a spring game. They said they weren't going to show anything, but this is the base stuff. They got a lot of stuff.
Catches made out in space by Robbie Boots. Had 3 catches last year. Gain of 6 will bring up 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. depending on the spot here. Now that we haven't called his name yet, but we will, I think, in the follow-on, is Caleb Odom, who is a versatile guy. They're trying to figure out whether he's a tight end or a receiver. As we mentioned earlier, really 4 tight ends. J.D. Gardner is the carry here for a first down, getting movement up front. And we got a timeout. Back with more. Nick Saban's arrival earlier today was in Augusta yesterday, in Tuscaloosa for spring football today.
Greatness isn't something that happens overnight. The work you do in the darkness is what prepares you for the spotlight.
This fight is for history. Buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Your garage on Cars.com lets you track your car's value over time, so you'll be in the driver's seat for whatever's next. Cars.com, where to next?
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Behold the DQ freezer, holding all the Blizzard flavors of the past.
The DQ freezer is closed.
It's actually open.
We're opening the DQ freezer and bringing back frosted animal cookie and brownie batter. Hurry, before they're gone.
Legacies rise from purpose. They're developed through passion, determination, and the power to follow through. This is where ambition meets opportunity. What happens next is up to you. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Years ago, a young Greg McElroy won Nick Saban's first national championship as the starting quarterback. An academic All-America as well, 24-3 record as the starter. And boy, when we walked in today to Bryant-Denny Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, the red carpet was rolled out for Tuscaloosa's biggest celebrity. 26 minutes on the field, signing autographs, taking pictures, kissing babies.
You guys are ridiculous. I saw cameras. I didn't think you guys were actually taking things. I thought they were just getting in position. So it was fun to interact with everybody, man. I love so much.
Did you watch here, though, Greg, just if I can interrupt for a second, what you were best at when you were the quarterback here was handing off. Here, Trent.
Yes.
Here, Ingram.
Yes.
Handing it off. And let's watch. Look at that handoff there. Now, you hand it off, but then you directed traffic on where to run, which hole
I don't know so much about the latter. Did plenty of handing off, though, I can assure you. It's always great to see everybody.
Montague wearing your number here in Alabama. Manuel Henderson has a chance to do some damage at the ball. They really like him. Really progressing. Junior from Hartford, Alabama. Gives them a first and goal. Spotted on the 6-yard line. And no running room up the middle. Daniel Hill almost ran over his quarterback as he got pushed back. Much better job there up front by the D-line. Jeremiah Beeman. Birmingham, a true freshman, was there.
I think they're going to need some freshmen to really step up to kind of be reinforcements there on the interior of the defensive line. They have good players from a starting standpoint. It's just with the portal now, it's just hard to retain as many guys. You often get young quick when you go down the depth chart a bit. So your freshman stepping up is big.
And pass overshot Lewis. High, so big third down. coverage that time by Kate Jones, a linebacker out there in space. Many of the players that you look at Lonergan's numbers, they lost on defense. Chris Braswell, Dallas Turner is likely to be a top 10 pick. Terry and Arnold would also be a top 10 pick, certainly top 20. Kinstry as well, likely be a first round pick. Keelan Downs transfer to Ohio State. Lonergan's pass broken up, nearly picked off on the redirection by Peyton Woodyard. Dupree was the intended target. Now it's more than goal.
That was a good job there by Woodyard. Ball thrown just a little bit behind the intended receiver. Lonergan tried to time it out, just left it a little bit on the back hip and allowed the defender to get an arm in there. But nice stop defensively after what was a promising drive.
So Schuback will come on for the field goal. You actually can earn leads as a defense. The scoring for the offense is the same as it is in a regular game, so a chance of 3 points here. And the kick is good from 27 yards away for Reed Schuback. Back in a moment, 24-0. White leading the Crimson.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Whoa, hold up. Someone just got BOGO free Blizzard treats. Only in the DQ app. That someone could be you, but only for a limited time. BOGO free any size Blizzard treats. Get it now in the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good.
It's your boy, want some more?
I'm not your average boy. I came to take it hard. It's playing tight.
I know I'm playing for the team, so I play the keys. I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm who they pay to see. Hands in my face, still spraying, never phasing me. I'm giving them your feet, so the respect you gotta take from me.
If it's my only shot, I'll take it.
The SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN.
The biggest sale of the season is happening right now at LL Flooring. Save up to 50% on over 300 floors at the Dream Floor event. Our experts can help turn your indecision into your best decision and make the floor of your dreams a dream come true. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% on over 300 floors with 24-month special financing. Get your dream deal today. The biggest sale of the season ends April 16th. Save more at LL Flooring's Dream Floor event. LL Flooring, every step covered.
This is a story about the one. The untrained eye may not see the one as extraordinary, but her goals aren't easy. She fixes, she manages, she perfects. She is extraordinary. Because for the one, maintaining this space transports her to this space. The industrial grade product you need plus 1 million more. Call clickgranger.com or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, chapter 2 of this new book in Alabama football history, the defense. Kane Womack, after 3 years as the head coach in South Alabama, is the new D coordinator here in Tuscaloosa. Things have looked a certain way under Nick Saban for a long time. Greg, as you look at Womack's resume, what do you think will be the standout of this defense that's different from the previous regime?
Well, in structure, they'll be very similar. I mean, 4-2-5 is kind of the terminology that you hear. 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs, with the Husky position, which used to be called the star in Nick Saban's defense, being that hybrid corner, safety, hybrid guy that can cover in the slot. So the structure very similar, but the responsibilities are very, very different.
Simpson, nice job to step up and throws a strike. Nice tackle. Prentice able to pull it in at midfield before he got dumped by Sack.
One of the aspects of this defense that will be very different is Nick Saban implemented a style of defense that's called pattern matching, which is essentially man coverage. Now, it's a lot more complicated than that, but pattern match coverage. Now they're adjusting to more of a vision defense, which is a little bit more zone coverage, with the eyes of the defender are on the quarterback, not on the guy they're covering.
Huge hole here for Jam Miller inside the 20 and close to the goal line, but down at the 2. Probably not the best timing to talk about the defense after the huge run, 48 yards.
Just a great run here by Jam Miller, but excellent up front, too. Left guard Tyler Booker, All-American candidate, one of the best offensive linemen in the sport, opening up a big hole and no linebacker there to account for Miller going north and south inside that left guard.
4 carries, 75 rushing yards for Jam Miller, and a touchdown, first and goal. Simpson out there with the first group right now. Over on the sideline. Snap was a little off. Alabama fans don't want to see that anymore. Oh, what a nice move by Ty Simpson that time, spinning away and getting into the end zone.
I love Ty, too. Turning around, putting his hands up like, what do you mean? I made a miss. Well, you also have a black jersey on, which makes you extra slippery for sure. Pretty good spin move there. Didn't expect Xavier Brown to probably finish that one, though. If I'm going to be completely honest,
In a game, Simpson's getting lit up.
I'm not sure that's going to end well for the offense on that play.
So they blow it dead, and it's second and goal. Miller again. See Sad just trying to grab out of his jersey to slow him down. That's not going to work. It's a touchdown for Jam Miller. Second already. And so many great running backs here over the years under Nick Saban. Jace McClellan, Roydell Williams were the two guys last year. Miller and Justice Haynes, the guys going forward.
And one thing that all Alabama fans are paying close attention to is the left tackle, Elijah Pritchett, right there at that time. Great blocks, securing the edge of the line of scrimmage, long arm, battling for that left tackle spot throughout the course of summer, and then ultimately in the fall camp. But tackles, big question mark for this team, but so far the return's been good for the starters good throughout the spring game.
Your Garage on Cars.com lets you track your car's value over time, so you'll be in the driver's seat for whatever's next. Cars.com, where to next?
Behold the DQ freezer, holding all the Blizzard flavors of the past.
The DQ freezer is closed.
It's actually open. We're opening the DQ freezer and bringing back frosted animal cookie and brownie batter. Hurry, before they're gone.
It's done. The goal of the year, part of the past. The celebrations, forgotten. The history. We're back to a blank slate. Clean ice. All that matters now is what happens next. The Stanley Cup playoffs begin April 21st on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+.
When I say I've been living Atkins for years, that doesn't mean I've been on a diet for years. Of course, there are times when I want to lose a few pounds. So for me, it's Atkins to the rescue. And with Atkins, it doesn't have to take over your life. I mean, look at the great things you can have. Fresh recipes that deliver quality proteins and aren't full of sugars or refined carbs. Check out all their free tools and recipes at Atkins.com. No meetings, nothing to join. Did I mention it's all free?
Stop overpaying for sunglasses. Meet Shady Rays. Shady Rays feature high-quality frames and polarized optics for less than half the cost of the big-name brands, with lost and broken protection. Plus, we offer free shipping and free returns, so that you can try them out with no strings attached. Shady Rays have over 250,000 five-star reviews. You'll love them too, or we'll pay to ship them back. Go to ShadyRays.com now to stop stressing and start living. New customers get 20% off their first order at ShadyRays.com.
Alabama wide receiver Jalen Hale would have been out there with the ones for A-Day, but he suffered a left leg injury earlier this spring. Coach Kalen DeBoer called it significant. You can see he's wearing a full leg cast and brace to stabilize that leg, and DeBoer told me he'll probably miss the majority, if not all, of the regular season, but he could be available near the end of the year. It's too soon to tell, but right now, it's not looking good, guys.
That's too bad. It's a big loss. Basically, for the most part, a new group is that pass by Austin Mack, the Washington transfer off the mark, trying to hit St. Willoughby. They do have some guys coming in the fall that can help at the wide receiver spot.
Yeah, they're very excited about the freshman Ryan Williams, who will arrive on campus here in a couple weeks. The wide receiver is a position they actually feel pretty good about. It was a question mark for me coming in to the spring, but they actually feel like they're ahead of schedule at that spot, which is tremendous news for Alabama fans.
Max pass again, a little off target. Ty Lockwood was who he was throwing to. Take a look at some of the recruits, the top recruits for this 2024. You mentioned Williams. He's going to be here in the summer. Justin Mbakwe is here and actually playing today, the number 2 overall pick. They needed some reinforcements on the defensive end in the backfield. Isaiah Bond, transfer. That's going to be a sack. Matt was hit. Ja'Shawn Ross back there. Defense looking a little better here with the threes.
A little better there for sure. A couple of off-target throws there from Austin Mack. Transfer that Kalen DeBoer at 17 years old, still very, very young, has a year of college football under his belt, has a high ceiling, and a guy that's a real natural thrower.
It's amazing when you say that, 17 years old with a year under his belt. That's how he classified. State of California, going to run Claiborne here.
Take into account that there are some guys playing football the last couple of years that are 25 years old, like Stetson Bennett, Hendon Hooker, and a few others.
Well, this year's NFL Draft in Detroit is right around the corner. April 25th, 26th, and 27th. We'll have every pick on ESPN along with our usual expert analysis. Also available on the NFL Network. And as always, ABC's coverage focuses on the prospects' journey to the draft. And as usual, a number of Crimson Tide players will be drafted in the first round. Anything going to be Dallas Turner's name that's called first, potentially in the top 10. You know, Will Anderson 2 years ago was the 3rd pick. Dallas Turner, and then they're a guy maybe on this roster that we could see down the road being the next edge great. Latest projections have J.C. Latham going 11th, and I assume a J.J. McCarthy swap based on what ESPN.com and Mel Kiper think.
I think most Alabama fans are so amazed at Terrion Arnold and his growth. I mean, Dallas Turner was expected to be a first rounder. J.C. Latham was expected to be a first rounder. Kool-Aid McKinstry, all those guys, if you look at the way too early mock drafts from last spring, they were all in the first round. But to see Terrion Arnold last year really take ownership of that corner spot, take his game to the next level, it's been really rewarding to watch his development.
Back in trouble, and that's going to be another sack. Obviously, replacing those guys in the secondary is going to be tough, but how about an edge rusher? Just mentioned the 2 guys that have gone, assuming Turner goes in the top 10 with Anderson last year and Turner this year. Is there a guy that they have that you think really could be that edge guy that they're so used to having here in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, there's really 3 guys that I think have a chance to have really an excellent year. Quay Russaw is a guy that they are so excited about. Really twitchy, crazy athletic. He's going to be a massive difference maker. Then Keanu Cott. He's got great length, a lot of twitch as well. I mean, they have great speed off the edge to go along with Robinson, who's likely going to be the starter. But situationally, those guys, man, with their ability to affect the quarterback, they're a lot deeper at that position than I think most people realize.
Michael Arena with a catch, but stopped well short of the line to gain. So 4th down and 15. We'll switch it up here. We're not going to punt at all. So a new group on both sides of the ball. When we come back. So the defense gets some points, gets a stop there. 6 points for the defense.
Whoa, hold up. Someone just got BOGO free Blizzard treats only in the DQ app. That someone could be you, but only for a limited time. BOGO free any size Blizzard treats. Get it now in the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Your garage on Cars.com lets you track your car's value over time, so you'll be in the driver's seat for whatever's next. Cars.com. Where to next?
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back. Now with Skyrizi, I'm all in with clear skin.
I feel free. Spin my skin, yeah, that's all I need. Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clear skin at 4 months, and most people were clearer even at 5 years. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Go hand to hand. Nothing but skin, that's my plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It's a class full of playmakers, green big game presence, and generational talent.
Galactic greatness from Clark.
It's the 2024 WNBA Draft, Monday at 7:30 on ESPN.
Ever wonder what's around the next corner?
Past the trees,
Over the mountains. That's where adventure lives.
take a Nissan SUV and go find it.
Give me that gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that creamy, meaty, topping, popping. Give me that crispy, cold, Uncle John. Better get you some. Try the trio before let's go.
Whoa, hold up. Someone just got BOGO free Blizzard treats. Only in the DQ app. That someone could be you, but only for a limited time. BOGO free any size Blizzard treats. Get it now in the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good.
The biggest sale of the season is happening right now at LL Flooring. Save up to 50% on over 300 floors at the Dream Floor event. Our experts can help turn your indecision into your best decision and make the floor of your dreams a dream come true. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% on over 300 floors with 24-month special financing. Get your dream deal today. The biggest sale of the season ends April 16th. Save more at LL Flooring's Dream Floor event. LL Flooring, every step covered.
This is a story about the one who keeps it all moving. He is measured, precise. He thinks ahead, stocks the right parts, and knows just where to find them. Because for the one, this facility is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need delivered fast. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the biggest event in martial arts history, UFC 300 tonight in Vegas, highlighted by 2 title fights and some of the greatest fighters in UFC history. The main card starts at 10 Eastern Time. Dave Patrick, McElroy, back here in Tuscaloosa. Let's check with Molly, standing by with Coach.
Coach, you said you wanted to see balance between your offense and your defense. What were your thoughts in the first half of the scrimmage?
Yeah, I mean, the defense is playing pretty vanilla, reason for that. So, offense doing a good job at giving the quarterbacks time, and, they're making the throw and the catches. And so, that's good. That's good to see. So, yeah, I mean, there's some things you can do to speed the game up for especially the quarterback. But, there's a lot of scrimmage left, too. So, they'll keep them keeping.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Dave.
And the reason being, they don't want to show too much defensively, right?
And man, take into account too. I mean, it's funny how much coaches study the spring game, especially when there's a new staff. Because right now you have the element of surprise when going into your early season opponents. Nobody really knows what you're going to do defensively. Might be some combination of what you saw with Nick Saban, Kane Womack, Mo Linguist, who came down from Buffalo, was the head coach there, co-defense coordinator here. So you don't want to show too much, but this is a very fun system to watch defensively. I think Kane Womack traditionally has done an amazing job with disguise. Does a really good job playing with the opposing quarterback's eyes, and very thoughtful defense, and has given a lot of teams problems over the years.
The starters are back out there on offense and on defense. Jam.
The rich get richer, and they have been so pleased with what Mo Linguist has brought.
Behind him, wasn't able to get it, kind of spun her. As we look.
To one or the other. If you're for Auburn, you call the other guys Bammers and you yell War Eagle. If you're for Alabama, you call the other guys Barners and you scream Roll Tide. And along the way, just a small degree of distaste is formed for the other fellows. Other than that, it's just another Friday. That's in normal times. This is an abnormal event. The defending national champion, Alabama Crimson Tide, stands in the way and can put a huge dent in the aspirations of their most bitter rival, the Auburn Tigers. I don't know, it's got some things going for it, Garrett.
I think it does. To be ranked number one or number two, sometimes you have the opportunity to back your way into it. Auburn is not going to be able to back their way into this. About a month ago, all the experts said that Alabama, 1-85, their team was the best in the country. For Auburn to get there, they're going to have to go right through Alabama.
Well, Cam Newton will play. Allegations remain allegations. No facts have been proven or made public. And so he will play today, despite those allegations against his father. Let's talk about Cam Newton as a footballer.
He has been able to focus on his game no matter what has been going around outside of the football field. Alabama will catch Cam Newton's A game. He's got it all. We saw him throw against Georgia. We saw him run when he has to. He is the most valuable player in college football. But to win this game, The two lines for Auburn, the offensive line, 4 seniors. They've been through the wars in the SEC. They must have great games. But there's some holes in the Auburn defense, and that means their star, Nick Fairley, must come through. Vern, if we're not talking about Nick Fairley as one of the stars of this football game, I just don't see how Auburn can win the game. Nick Fairley, number 90, must dominate.
Well, you and I know a few Alabama fans. They all ask the same question. Can we stop Camden? And if so, how do we stop him?
They don't have to stop Camden. They only have to stop him one more time than the other way around. Alabama's offense is going to produce points too because they got stars in the field. The Heisman Trophy winner Mark Ingram is finally healthy. He puts in the running game along with Trent Richardson. Julio Jones has to be licking his chops. That secondary for Auburn has holes in it. But you know what? It gets right back to the quarterback. Last year, Greg McElroy produced against Auburn in that last drive and led them to a national championship. Let's see if he can do it again today against this outstanding Auburn football team.
All right, Gary, right now let's go down for more to Tracy Wilson.
Over, and let's start with Alabama. 2 key players nicked up. Running back Trent Richardson still dealing with a knee injury, not 100%. And offensive lineman Barrett Jones out with a high ankle sprain. Gary, you mentioned the importance of Auburn's defensive line. Well, Michael Goggins, Mike Blanc will miss the first half because they were ejected for throwing punches against Georgia. That's huge for depth, guys.
Tracy, thank you. Auburn won the toss and deferred. So Julio Jones brings it out for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and he does so to the 29-yard line. First down 10. Mark Ingram is the running back. Greg McElroy, the senior, hitting 70% of his passes this year. McElroy on a strike. Julio Jones. Now Greg McElroy, 2-year starter now, national championship a year ago, having a splendid senior season. Over his career, 66%. And in just this season, he's thrown for 17 touchdowns, one off the single season record, 23-2 as a starter.
And you can tell the coaches trust him to start the game out with a pass like that.
Second down 1. Play action. McElroy goes the other side. And that one's caught by Darius Hanks, number 15. And a little join starts right away. Let's introduce you to the Alabama offense presented by Chick Hall. Carpenter, Warmack, Lehos. Steen starts for Barrett Jones, the senior, at right guard. Fluker is back at right tackle. It's Jones, Dial, Ingram, Williams, and Darius Hanks, who just caught the last pass.
There's an early wildcat.
Yep, Mark Ingram is the man back. Hand off Jones, reverse. Marquise Mays gets it blocked and back. And that's good for a first down. Let's set the defense for the Auburn Tigers. Up front, Carter, Clayton, there's Nick Fairley. Clayton drawing a lot of love from his coaches this week. The linebackers, Stevens, Bynes, and Freeman. El Toro, Freeman getting the start. Here's where they might be suspect. This is a secondary that gives up a lot of passing yardage. 2nd and 3. Alabama on the move in the early going. Right side, Ingram.
And you can see already with the different looks that Alabama has given early in this game. The linebackers never got aligned properly on that play. Nick Fairley was handled very easily inside by DJ Fluker.
First down 10. And they have crossed midfield. This ball will be snapped at the 43. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Ingram. Another big pickup.
Well, as you remember last year, it was Auburn that jumped out early with this kind of finesse. Now, I think the Alabama staff is saying, you know what? We're not sure we can stop them. We're going to be wide open all game.
Ingram not used all that often in the passing game. That's his 17th reception in this, the final game of the regular season. Second down, 2. Jones gets it. Goes right by the defensive end. Oh, he blew by Antoine Carter.
This is the speed sweep, the fly sweep. He scored a touchdown on it. And you could see, Carter said, I didn't even know he had the ball, but I'll tell you, there's guys all around college football now that are going, maybe I should try to break my hand. Since Julio Jones broke that hand, he has been on a tear.
Got a wonderful block out on the edge from Darius Hanks, number 15. First down.
Here comes the blitz.
Roy goes deep down the middle. He's got Mays open. There's a ball tip. And we're going to have an interference call against DeMond Washington.
Yeah, DeMond just did not trust his ability on that play. He had this play, but his left hand grabbed the receiver. He just kind of panicked. So he's got this all the way, but he didn't trust it. He gave a tug with his left hand before he went there with his right hand. Neither one of these pictures exactly show it, but it was pretty well seen by the back judge on that play.
There's DeMond Washington, number 14, senior out of Tallahassee.
And that was kind of the
Pass interference. Number 14, defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
The scouting report on DeMond was, when he's in the slot, he's a very valuable player for them. But when he's outside on the flank, one-on-one on a wide receiver, we think we can attack him. That was the game plan for Alabama. And they went right at him.
And that is where he will be now, again, as Earl Alexander, a senior, comes wide to the left. Look at the graphic. No first quarter touchdown since 96. Handoff. Now they can erase that mark. What an impressive drive to open the Iron Ball, capped by the touchdown run of 9 yards of the Heisman Trophy winner, Mark Ingram. Extra point is coming from Jeremy Shelley, number 90.
You know, the first thing that struck me, no number 90. Nick Fairley is not there. They block down and pull around. Watch how easy it is. Fairley out of the game early. They get a good rub down. Anthony Steve subbing for Barrett Jones. Blows him out. And how about that drive? 7 plays. The quarterback is 3 for 3. 7-0 Alabama.
LG, as a proud NCAA corporate partner, presents great SEC rivalry.
Roll Tide! It's all about tailgate, fun with a drink, shaking face, big girls. They got great tracks, talking over, stinging Southwest, spiritual, California. All day, get your way, Saturday inside.
The Iron Bowl's cooking, brother.
How do you say, why the Iron Bowl? Well, this game was played in Birmingham seemingly forever. And, of course, Birmingham known as the steel capital of the South. Matter of fact, Auburn made its first trip here in some 99 years back in the year 2000. And they won that game 9-0 in a drizzle. Very frigid day. It was only last year, 2 years ago, I beg your pardon, that Alabama won in Bryant-Denny Stadium against the Auburn Tigers. Auburn is 6-1 in Tuscaloosa going back to the 1890s. Here's the kick. Over the shoulder catch made at the 21-yard line. You made the point, Gary. There was no Nick Fairley on touchdown.
We said we need to talk about Nick Fairley. He would be playing right here. He was not in the game. Watch him get doubled out of there, blown right out of the play. His replacement. And we said if we're going to talk about Nick Fairley, he has to be a star, not a guy walking the locker room. Now I wonder if that is still the problem he had from 2 weeks ago against Georgia when he hurt his shoulder.
Tracy's all over it. You get a report as soon as she gets the information. On first down. Newton hands it off. It goes to Michael Dyer. He gets nothing. Tracy does have information. Let's go down to it.
Gary, you were exactly right. Nick Fairley came off. He wasn't in a lot of pain, but it is that left shoulder that they are looking at. They did take him into the locker room, and I was confirmed by Dr. James Andrews, the renowned orthopedic surgeon for both teams here. He told me that is exactly what they're looking at in the locker room right now, guys.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Second down. Newton out of the gun. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right. Flags.
Yeah, Alabama's misaligned. Too many players on the field.
Dead ball, substitution infraction on the defense. 12 players did not leave formation within 3 seconds. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Cam Newton, the starting quarterback, has erupted on the college scene. Quite candidly, both on and off the field, but on the field, he has been superb.
MVP.
Quarterback John Newton. And we'll check the Auburn offense presented by Chick-fil-A. Offensive line has been outstanding this year. En route to 11 wins, Simba getting his 50th start in a row today. That's an all-time Auburn record. Adams, Smith, Dyer in the backfield. Zachary, Cody Burns, a former quarterback at wideout. Cody Burns was the Auburn starter in this game 2 years ago, when the team lost 36-0. 3rd and 1. 4th and 2. Dante Hightower with the tackle.
Hightower hits this one right in the mouth. Watch Hightower. They pull the guard. He goes right back door and makes the play. Woo! The theme for Alabama all week is it's us, it's not them. If we play our game, we will win.
On 4th down, here's the senior Ryan Shoemaker. Short punt. Marquise Mays will let it bounce, and it takes a bit of an Auburn roll just inside the 20-yard line. 3 and out for the vaunted Auburn offense, averaging 505 yards per game. They got 8 on their first 3 plays. Dante Hightower. NFL on CBS. Single games for you tomorrow. Jacksonville Giants. The league game early. There are 2 games at 4 o'clock. Miami, Oakland, or Kansas City at Seattle. All the games to James Brown. And the game. The NFL today, 12:30 Eastern on CBS.
There were a lot of people that were picking Auburn to have a good year this year. It wasn't really about Cam Newton. They knew he was a good player. They didn't know this good of a player. It was the schedule. This is only their 4th road game of the year. The other 3's combined record is 17-16. Everyone knew that Auburn had a very manageable schedule this year until this game.
There's McElroy rolling out, tosses it out. It's caught by Kristen Dial as he waits back. Trent Richardson was also on the field for the first time. And down at the far end of the field, Nick Fairley has come back on. Mike Goggins and Mike Blanc, are sitting out the first half of this game because they were involved in fist fights at the end of the last game. So by SEC rule, they are out until the third quarter. Here's Nick Fairley, and he is back on the Auburn side.
Yeah, that's the one game that maybe the buy didn't pay off.
Yes. Now, boy, always getting wide open. Julio Jones, no flags, 68-yard touchdown. I think something was mentioned earlier about the Auburn secondary being susceptible.
Yep.
Shelley with the extra point. We are not yet through one half of the first quarter.
I don't even have an explanation for this one. There's no play action pass here. This is pass all the way. Watch the two safeties here. They never move. There's no play action pass. I don't get it. They just stand there. And they let the best player in the country at a wide receiver position, arguably one of the top three, run right by him.
Got a sportsman on your gift list? CBSSports.com shop has officially licensed NCAA beer over 500 stores and get 3-day shipping on every order. Go to shop.cbssports.com. 68-yard touchdown strike. DeMond Washington is back to return. So also is Ontario McCabe. 14-0. And Julio Jones has tied DJ Hall for the most receptions in a single season at 66. Washington. 33-yard line. Flag down. Tom Ritter is our referee today.
Offside, number 19 of the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
Gene Chizik in his second year as a head coach at Auburn, and deficits not uncommon to this team. 4-2 when trailing by 10 points or more. Under Chizik, it's happened 3 times this year, including in their last outing when they trailed Georgia 21-7.
And just a flip-flop of last year, remember in this game, it was Auburn, it was like 14-0, and Alabama fought back.
Here's Newton. Well, they're stop number 1. And guess who? Marcel Darius.
Darius is lined up at defensive end right there, and he's got to stay and play the quarterback. You can let everything else happen for Auburn. Anybody else can beat you if you're Alabama. If you're a defensive lineman, you do not run past number 2.
Newton with a lot of time, now he has no time. Courtney Upshaw.
He went right through Lee Zimba that time. That's a veteran tackle who has been in the wars for a long time. Left side, way out here. Comes out of the screen and back in the screen. Woo! Alabama defense is on go, aren't they?
3rd and 24. Screen pass. Oh, he had some gator arms.
Well, Mark Barron was all over that play. I've been coming here, for 5 years, I have never heard it this loud. I mean, as fired up as the Alabama football team is, I think the crowd's more fired up.
Well, the expansion this past offseason increased capacity here to 101,000 plus. You can imagine that it is filled beyond capacity today. Here is the punt. Second time for Auburn, 3 and out.
We'll see if Nick Fairley comes out here because he's been out for 3 plays. Alabama has scored 2 touchdowns.
Nick Fairley back on the field for the Auburn Tigers. Injured 2 weeks ago against Georgia.
Yes, Aaron Murray was scrambling on a play, and Nick Fairley was coming across the play, goes over the top of him, and that's the play he hurt his shoulder on. Had to leave the field afterwards, and then early in this football game, we think we found Fluker is blocking down on Fairley, and I think Zach Clayton, his teammate, comes across and hits him again, and that's what re-injured or re-aggravated that shoulder injury.
And he is back on the field now. Fairley with 18 tackles for loss, first in the SEC. Tied for third with 7.5. And has been accused by a couple of coaches in this league of overly aggressive play at that defensive line position. He says, we don't coach it that way, we don't teach it that way, he doesn't play it that way. That's a summation. What a start for him and for Julio Jones. Greg Stevens makes the tackle, but I think Julio might have leaned out and got you dead. First down.
Well, when we were talking in the open burn about Julio Jones licking his chops, this is why Auburn has been susceptible to these great big receivers in this league. You talk about the guys that earn their yardage in this league. I almost said earn their money.
You did almost say that.
Well, I tried not to say it, but it was out there.
Dr. Floyd. It's good to have you here.
All right, well, let's go to the numbers. There's the 3 guys. I'm going to get it for that one, aren't I? You look at the big receivers in this league, and there's 4 great ones in my mind. Of course, Randall Cobb, also from Kentucky, and Alshon Jeffrey. Look at the stats against Auburn. Jones so far, just so far. And they're not going to stop throwing to this guy.
No. 2nd and 7. We near the 6-minute mark. Alabama has not been stopped. Look at that, averaging almost 14 yards per play. It's inside. It's Julio again.
It's such a mismatch out there. But Mount Washington is about 5'9". When you list a guy in college at 5'9", he's usually 5'8". And Julio Jones is 6'4", 6'5". It's just a tough match for Mr. Washington.
Now Julio Jones is going to get a rest. And Earl Alexander, number 82, is out. McElroy, what a start for the senior. 7 of 7 for 124 yards. So you see the Auburn defense 100. Now 120 Division I teams. Richardson twisted a knee a couple of weeks ago against LSU on a goal line play, and he has not played the last 2 games. Not 100%, but able to get out there and compete.
Yeah, I saw him in practice. I thought he looked good in practice on Wednesday, I guess it was. He was just kind of cockeyed here because of the holidays.
Darius Hanks goes wide, a little confusion, and Alabama is going to have to call timeout. That's their first. The Iron Bowl from Tuscaloosa. It's been all Crimson Tide so far. Now you can see the complete bowl here. In addition to your left, that's the second deck on the south end. And I think that it has made this one of the most beautifully symmetrical football stadiums in the country. It's become an aesthetic delight, and the volume of noise can make it a tough place to play.
Alabama might not win the championship in football. They're going to win it in attendance for the first time in 37 years. They're going to knock off Tennessee, averaging 101,821 this year.
In the SEC, there's Trent Richardson in at the Wildcat spot, and he picks up 1. So the first 3rd and long now for Alabama.
Now this is when the front 4, this is the green light spot that coaches talked about, that front 4 for Auburn. They have been making a difference. The defensive ends, they've been able to put pressure on the quarterback. Let's see if they can do it in 3rd and 8. They must put pressure on McElroy.
2 receivers right. That's Darius Hanks, who starts in motion, now comes back in 15. Blitz. McElroy got him. McFarley.
Telling you, if he doesn't do it, he's gonna get a celebration penalty.
He has been targeted.
And Bert, they would have thrown this on anybody, though.
Yep.
He made a tremendous play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90. He said 15-yard penalty. Full count.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's still not a first down, though. It's about, what, 4th and 4 or something like that? 4th and 5.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so sure about the excessive nature.
No, I thought that was a pretty good play.
Yeah.
I thought it's right on the hairline now.
But he's got a spotlight on his forehead.
Yeah, you're probably right.
4th down. 4th and 4. 4, nobody open. Hillsy lets it go. It is caught. Barclays Mays.
Well, at that time, McElroy went to about his 4th receiver on the play. He was looking to the right all the way, and when he started to run, the defensive back went to him on the play. Went to the quarterback, and there's the throw. Let's see, in 1 foot, remember? Yes, he got it. I think it was Nico Thorpe that left the receiver and went for the scrambling McElroy, and that's when McElroy made the throw.
On 1st down, handoff, back to the line of scrimmage. Trent Richardson, and this was El Toro Freeman, number 21, who's getting a start at linebacker today.
It's a really fine line now for Gene Chisholm with Nick Fairley. He doesn't want Nick Fairley to lose him against aggressiveness because he needs him to get those sacks. So he had to talk to him. He had to say,